Mr. Peters?
Good afternoon, members of the committee and chair. On behalf of the Squaxin Island Tribal Leadership.
Is the little red light on button?
Good afternoon, members of the committee and chair. I'm Ray Peters, Intergovernmental Affairs Tribal Council Liaison. On behalf of the Squaxin Island Tribal Leadership and its citizens, it's an honor to provide funding priorities and recommendations for the FY 2020 Bureau of Indian Affairs and Indian Health Service. We ask this committee to support our historical trust and treaty relationship with the United States and honor the fiduciary obligations that we're part of the negotiation with our tribal leaders. We ask specifically this committee exempt tribal program funding throughout the federal government from future sequestration, recessions, disproportionate cuts. Also ensure stable federal funding for essential tribal services by supporting the Indian Programs Advanced Appropriations Act of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Bureau of Indian Education, and the Indian Health Service. Support the Special Diabetes Program for Indians reauthorization at $200 million annually for 5 years. Efforts by the administration to change this funding from mandatory to discretionary spending must require tribal consultation before any changes occur. The Squaxin Island Indian Reservation is located in southeastern Mason County, Washington. The tribe is a signatory of the 1854 Medicine Creek Treaty. We were one of the first 30 federally recognized tribes to enter in the Compact of Self-Governance with the United States. The total land area, including off-reservation lands, is approximately 1,700 acres. We manage roughly 500 acres of Puget Sound tidelands. The tribal government and our economic enterprise constitute the largest employer of Mason County with over 1,250 employees, which we are quite proud of. The Squaxin Island tribe faces an ongoing budget deficit to maintain and operate the shellfish program at its current level of operation, a level that leaves 20% of treaty-designated state lands and 80 to 90% of private tidelands unharvested due to lack of funding. To address this shortfall and enable effective growth and development of the program, an annual minimum increase of $500,000 is requested. Shellfish has been a mainstay of the Squaxin Island people for thousands of years, are important to today's for subsistence, economic, and ceremonial purposes. The tribe's right to harvest shellfish is guaranteed by the 1854 Medicine Creek Treaty. Today, we are unable to fully exercise our treaty right due to a lack of federal support our shellfish management program. As a back comment, when we were going through the shellfish settlement agreement with the shellfish growers of Washington, we were asked to go ahead and not negotiate on the management funds that were needed. Yet 10 years later, we're still without the needed funds to be able to manage our resource and treaty resource. Northwest Indian Treatment Center is a treatment facility, a residential chemical dependency treatment facility designated to serve Native Americans who have chronic relapse patterns related to unresolved grief and trauma. Northwest Indian Treatment Center serves adult clients from tribes located in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Alaska, and as far away as Florida. We facilitate medication-assisted treatment, Suboxone, Vivitrol injections, which are cutting-edge components of the opioid addictions. Since the original congressional set-aside in the IHS budget for alcohol and substance abuse, the treatment for residential facilities and placement contracts with third-party agency in 1993, Northwest Indian Treatment Center has not received an adequate increase in base IHS funding. We face the opioid struggling to recover to return their, or,
You're fine.
Okay. An increase of $3 million would restore lost purchasing power, ensure adequate baseline operating funds, allow Northwest Indian Treatment Center to continue to meet those needs of those who are struggling to recover and return to their families and native communities. We also support the BIA rights protection, increased funding to $52 million. This sub-activity account has a clear and direct relationship with the federal trust or obligations to the tribe. This program ensures compliance with federal court orders by implementing effective tribal self-regulatory and co-management systems. The benefits of these programs occur not only to the tribes, but to a larger community as well. In addition to this program supports implementation of the United States-Canada Pacific Salmon Treaty. As well, we would like to go ahead and support the regional ask of the Northwest Indian Fish Commission, the AT&I affiliated tribes of Northwest Indians, and as well the Northwest Indian Health Board. Thank you.